Hey, welcome back to AdWit Podcast, listeners, the audio drama writers must consume pod on all things writing for audio drama. 'Tis I, Sarah Golding.
And me, Lindsay Harris Friel, and we've got so much inspiring content to play with today, I think we will just jump straight in.
Yeah, let's. Okay, so Lindsay, you've got, looks like a groovy tarot pack there, or are you pleased to see me? Sorry, are you going to give me a reading? Because can I get deaf 3 times in a row and it's still good? I mean, how is tarot useful to a writer anyways?
Okay, Jackie, hold those horses for a moment. It's not a tarot pack.
Yeah, because you see, I thought you were getting coffee and you said we were going to a cafe. So what kind of gruesome cafe is this?
It's a board game cafe. Well, they've got billiards, arcade games, pinball, all kinds of stuff that stimulates your mind.
Oh, okay, I get it. You're procrastinating again. Yes. Listen, Lindsay, lean in. You're supposed to be working on your Iphigenia script.
We need to have fun because I feel stuck. So I want to find some writing games that are stashed around here.
Okay. All right. Well, what's through this door? Oh!
So I have a secret stash of writing games in the cupboard under here.
Oh, good idea! Okay, so how about if we play Cluedo for a bit, raise our dopamine levels, and then you can get back to the script in about half an hour? Please, I want to be Miss Scarlet. I mean, physically I'm Mrs. White, but hourly I can be Miss Scarlet.
Actually, what I'm looking for is... I'm looking for games for writing that are good for getting unstuck or started, and they help you see your script objectively.
Oh, okay. So you want a role-playing game? I mean, are we talking about podcasts with games in them, like Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder?
No, that's a whole different thing. And by the way, I highly recommend listening to the Right Now episode where Sarah Ray Werner interviews Kat Blackard.
Oh, Kat Blackard is an astoundingly brilliant storytelling creative. If you're not sure who Kat is, listeners, well, she's the award-winning mother brain of Omniverse, her media company focused on genre-bending storytelling. God, that's exciting. She's been in podcasting and journalism for over a decade and, I quote, is determined to fill the world with uplifting and transformative stories that go to strange places and ask big questions. Yeah, she was on in the AF's International Women's Day pod, a special last year with you, Lindsay, actually, and makes groovy shows like Lightning Dogs and the Call of Cthulhu Mystery Program, which is a live tabletop role-playing turned into a 1930s radio serial. It's an insane improvised audio drama horror. There'll be links in our show notes to that. So why was the chat so inspiring, Lindsay?
It's completely different from how I write. What they do is they play a tabletop role-playing game, and then they back off, and then they write the script with all of the things that character exploration and dramatic structure do to make an audio drama story compelling. It's not just a game. They go back and they sort of do this like intensive summer camp thing, like over the course of a weekend, where they really dig into this story. And that was something that made me feel really inspired.
Cool. Yeah. And games can be motivating, can't they? I mean, woo, it's a game, and it just makes you more likely to sit down and get started, get the dopamine going, doesn't it? I mean, yeah, like, what's this one we've got here? What's this one?
So what I've got here is the Writer's Emergency Pack, which is created by John August.
John August. Who is John August? Oh, wait, okay, hang on. I know him. He's a screenwriter, right? Did that Big Fish screenplay adaptation and lots of work with the groovy Tim Burton. And he always makes those cool tools for writers like Highland 2 screenwriting software. Yes? So what have we got from Mr. August? Tell me.
So we've got the Writer's Emergency Pack, and I'm going to show you so you can see each card. On one side, you have a cartoon. And then on the other side, you have writing exercise tidbits and principles. So it's a deck of cards with useful ideas to help you get your story back on track. The first version had 26 ideas, and now there's the Writer Emergency Pack XL, which has 52 suggestions.
Ooh, one for every week. So, okay, what do we do with them? Do we shuffle them? And how many do we deal? How many do I get? 7?
Actually, these you don't shuffle. They're not as random as Brian Eno's Oblique Strategies deck, which,
Yeah, we've talked about those, haven't we? Brian Eno's Oblique Strategies deck. That's the one where you break your creative blocks by pulling a card and doing what it says, like turn it upside down or play it with different instruments or take David Bowie to Berlin, that kind of random thing, right?
Yeah, these are sort of like that, except the cards are all solid writing principles that fit together. It's a portable inspiration resource. For example, they've got one card that is the cause and effect card.
Yeah.
And the picture on one side is a woman with a Rube Goldberg device, like we talked about in our episode about plot last year.
Yeah.
I think if you worked through the deck one idea at a time, like if you did NaNoWriMo with these cards and wrote for 30 minutes a day with each card, you could probably finish a first draft in a month. It would need work to make it all coherent, and it would need polishing, but all first drafts do.
Don't they just? Okay, so let's just see how this emergency procedures works. Okay, so focus on the moment in your story that's causing you grief. Draw a card at random. No cheating. And you said not to shuffle, right?
I don't want to shuffle. I want to work through the cards in order.
Oh, Lindsay, did you ever stop to think it might be your mental rigidity that's making you feel stuck? Did you? I mean, okay, don't panic. It's okay. Just close your eyes and concentrate on a problem in your script, okay?
I have so many problems, I don't know where to start.
Lindsay, it's an adaptation. How hard can it be?
Hey, you know what?
What? What are you going to do?
Did we not talk about this last season, that whole thing with adaptation and War of the Worlds?
Yeah, and concentrate on your script problem, Mr. Wells. I'm shuffling.
Just don't get my cards all bent up, Penn and Teller.
Pick a card, any card.
All right, I'm picking a card.
Right, don't look at it until I tell you to, okay?
Fine.
Right. Now, are you ready? What was the thing that your script that you were thinking about? What's the script problem?
Menelaus, Helen of Troy's husband, Agamemnon's brother.
Yeah.
He's the uncle. He's the bad uncle.
Yeah, this is all Greek to me, I've got to say.
Boom, boom, ksh.
Oh, thank you. So what about Menelaus?
I don't understand him. He starts out wanting one thing, and then he reverses his position, and then he sort of shrugs and says, oh, well, I guess we can't do anything about it. I mean, he could effectively stop the tragedy from happening, but he doesn't.
Right. So? Oh, yeah, look at your card.
Oh, okay, so what do I have here? I have... Ooh. Every blessing is a curse. You think it's better, but no, it's worse. Find ways to turn your hero's success against them.
Oh, la.
From monkey paws to pet cemeteries, fables have taught us that gifts rarely come without a price. But this needn't play as a supernatural moral lesson. Almost any improvement in the hero's life can backfire. Look for ways to turn a character's achievements against him. The new love interest can become a stalker. The new house can become a death trap. The new job can literally be murder. Try this. List 3 things your hero wants. How could each of them lead to ruin? Well, one of the things that Menelaus wants is Menelaus was married to Helen of Troy, and then Paris either kidnapped her or said, hey, do you want to come to my house? And she said, I thought you'll never ask, and took her back to Troy. So he really wants to defeat Paris and get Helen to come home with him. What are some ways that this could lead to ruin? Maybe she doesn't love him at all. Why would you want to bring back a wife that doesn't love you? Another 3 things my hero wants. He wants to get Helen back. He wants Agamemnon to be the kind of king that Menelaus expects him to be. Yeah. And he wants Agamemnon to sacrifice his daughter. How could that lead to ruin? Gee, I don't know, child murderer.
These Greeks and their old Greeks. Ancient murdering story ways.
Curses are hard to break, often requiring perilous journeys and exotic rituals. Brainstorm challenging ways for your hero to remove the affliction. Some curses are blessed. That would take a very long time. It would take more time than we have in this podcast. Some curses are blessings in disguise. List 3 ways a bad event could end up helping your hero. Okay. Well, gee, I don't know. Having Helen leave Menelaus.
Yep.
How could that help you? She doesn't like you. I want to play your cheating heart all over your cheating heart. Well, yeah.
I'll get singing.
Yeah, so, yes, that does open up my mind a bit about Menelaus, and if I sat down and wrote about it for a while, I could probably unlock that quite a bit more.
Okay, brilliant.
So, yeah.
Okay, well, can I ask then, what if with this whole process of things that you don't have any script in the process at all yet? What if you're starting from absolutely nothing from scratch?
Oh, they have another exercise. Here, read this card.
Oh. How to use. Okay. Pick a well-known story like a fairy tale or a fable. Choose a card at random and read the suggestions and brainstorm how to apply this idea to your story. It gives you just enough to get you going. Okay.
Okay, so think of a fairy tale.
The Princess and the Pea.
The Princess and the Pea. Okay, I am picking a card at random, and it is Beautiful Trap. A new home can lead to a new beginning or an untimely end. I don't know if you can...
That's a beautiful picture of a house with legs.
Yes, it's... Okay. A new home brings the possibility of starting a new chapter, but this new home is too good to be true. It could be a supernatural danger like ghosts or a curse. Or it could be an everyday problem connected to the house like bad neighbors or extensive unexpected repairs. No matter the cause, it's not easy to just run away after taking ownership. Your characters need to make a stand and try to claim their place. So let's try this. So the Princess and the Pea.
So the voice of the pea itself.
That's the pea itself. What is the easiest way out? How can you stop your characters from taking advantage of it? Like
of the pea.
So the prince, are you thinking from the point of view of the pea?
For some bizarre reason, yes, that's where I'm going.
If you did an audio drama from the point of view of the pea,
yes,
and the pea is trapped between all of these mattresses.
I can't breathe. Wait, they've turned it over. There's a stain above my head. Don't like it.
And then they bring in this woman. They bring in this poor woman to try to convince, like to see if she's good enough. If she can feel the pea while she's in bed, then she's good enough. But you're like starving and suffering and everything. So what does the pea want to do?
He wants to not be shoved between two mattresses any longer. The weight it bears on their poor pea brain.
So what does the pea... I guess the pea figures that if the princess is aware of the pea, they'll dismantle the bed and let him out.
So can they maneuver themselves to a position where she's more likely to feel it?
I don't know.
Can they, bulk up, do exercises, pea exercises, and get pea arms, and... Yeah.
So basically what you've got is you've got an imprisoned creature who has to... It's like if the creature can make other people aware of its existence, the creature will be freed.
Yes.
So how does it do that?
Bless you, dog.
Just like my dog Simone here, who wants to be freed from this.
It gets a cold. It's unwell. The pea, through all this really hardship.
Okay. So, Sarah, what do you think of this process so far?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think just having a little ponder on perspective and giving a little prompt to actually think rather than having to come up with what to think yourself. I think that's quite groovy.
One of the things I think about this particular deck and a lot of the things in it is that characters other than your main character have full lives of their own.
Indeed.
And when we think about the Princess and the Pea, we never think about how the story went from the Pea's point of view.
Until now.
We could. Until now. And writing a story, writing an audio drama especially, isn't just like going through a game with non-player characters who are saying, hello, can I help you? Hello, would you like to find the Duke's castle, or would you like a glass of ale, my friend? They're all people who have things that they want and things that they need. And it helps you think three-dimensionally about all of your characters, not just the ones who are running the show.
Okay. I'd like that very much. But you seem to be wielding something else there, though, Lindsay. What's that other story game you've got there?
This is the Story Engine deck game.
Love a bit of an engine.
Yeah. Pip Gladwin did a 30-second ad read for this on the Amelia Project some years ago. And that convinced me, so that's a testament to the power of the 30-second ad read.
Well, gosh, Pip can read a back of a lollipop stick and I'd still be interested. I think if you haven't heard or you know the name of Pip, it's because you've heard him on Wooden Overcoats or Realm podcast or Vast, and there's all sorts of groovy things that they've been involved in. Very funny character actor too. So yeah, hooray Pip! Good
Hooray,
work.
Pip. Yes. And this game says that it's great for D&D campaign ideas, and it does feel very D&D.
Okay.
The Story Engine deck, as it says here, is a set of 180 cards for generating...
180?
Yep. For generating endless creative writing prompts, story ideas, character concepts, D&D campaign ideas, encounter ideas, character ideas, and more. It runs on a simple, fast, open-ended system of drawing and arranging cards to create customized prompts.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot in this box. I mean, it's a big and heavy bugger, isn't it? And I mean, you just have to do a lot of work to even just open it, right? And the lid's got a magnet, so it's actually quite hard to open for my ickle hands, and it makes a thump when you shut it. That's quite nice.
The design feels like, take me seriously, for I am heavy.
We share that. We share that in common. And, you know, I think if you are going to put some pennies aside and are very serious about your storytelling, this is the serious thing you need to seriously think about maybe getting. Okay, so there's 5 types of cards here. Agents, heroes, villains, right?
Yeah, these are the characters who make the choices that drive your story.
Okay, engines, which are motivations and relationships.
Yep, this is the wants to verb of your plot, like Sarah wants to act in more audio fiction.
Yes, please.
Here we go.
Send me some roles. I'm running out. Okay, there's also your anchors, your objects, locations, or events of importance. What does this mean, Lindsay?
So these are the MacGuffins, like, for example, the ruby slippers, or the Wicked Witch's broom, or the one ring to rule them all. These are like the things you have to get or the places you have to go.
Oh, okay, hang on a second. You need to be careful there, Lindsay, because if you call the One Ring a MacGuffin, 47 million trillion Tolkien fans will rip your eyes out.
Yeah.
Okay, so hang on. There's conflicts, which are obstacles. There's consequences or dilemmas that your characters face as well.
Yeah, there are sometimes phrases instead of things. Like the way that the game does them is they're sentences rather than words, like but an X will Y, like but a clown will walk on a trampoline.
I was really worried about what you were going to say there. I thought you were going to say we'll walk behind you, and that then freaked me out a bit. Okay, so we've also got here aspects, which are adjectives that describe other cards, right?
Right, yeah. So it's not just like a thief wants to dance the Macarena with a bishop. It's a thief wants to woolly dance the Macarena with a bishop.
So like a bishop in sheep's clothing. Macarena. All right, what do we do with these cards then? There's so many. How do we do this?
And that's where the layouts come into it.
Oh, as the devil said to the fornicators, my, there's an awful lot of you.
Yes, a lot is going on here. The good thing is once you try them, they make the cards make more sense.
Oh, okay, so then they make more sense if you...
A bit. They make a bit more sense.
Yeah, see, why, Lindsay, do I feel as though they're going to sell me a companion guidebook that explains it all?
They have many expansion decks.
Oh, good, because I certainly wouldn't want any limits to the scope of this exercise, right?
Yes, as you can see, this is a lot of work for a story prompt.
I'm sweating right now. Okay, all right, well, should we try one of them? I'm going to shuffle them. Am I shuffling?
So, all right. Oh, boy. And I'm the one who said, let's just test this ourselves and discuss it. Oh, boy. Anyway. Yeah, so I'll show you what it looks like just so you can see it. So it's so ridiculous. This is the whole book, and this is the instruction manual. Got your decks. All right. I have
It's very nice.
my guidebook here. I'm going to do a simple prompt because we're starting here. So, place a card on the table face up. No kidding. All right, so first I'm going to draw and place one agent to create a character. Nothing up my sleeve. I've drawn one agent, one engine, one anchor, one conflict, and I've also drawn an aspect card which modifies the anchor card.
So Lindsay's drawn 5 groovy cards, and let's talk through how they're going to help us.
Okay, so first we've got, I'm going to show this to you.
Killer Hunter.
Ta-da! So so it says a hunter. There are 4 different things that this card could be. It could be a hunter, a collector, a killer, or a researcher. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with a hunter because that's the one that was face up.
Yep.
And a hunter wants to hurt or damage a piece of furniture. This is about my cat.
Okay.
Wants to hurt or damage a piece of furniture that is ethereal.
Yep.
An ethereal piece of furniture. Or it could be ethereal, dire, passionate, or clever.
Let's stay with ethereal. It's your first
I
gut.
say it is ethereal. There we go. Okay. So the hunter wants to hurt or damage a piece of furniture, but it will mean risking the thing most precious to them.
Oh.
This sounds like a day in the life of my cat. She wants to claw my grandmother's beautiful chair with its beautiful hand needle-pointed cushions. Mm-hmm. But it will mean risking the thing most precious to them, which is freedom.
Cool.
That's a story.
What's your premise?
The other thing about this card here that says a piece of furniture, it could be, because for the folks at home, there's something written on each side, and depending on how you turn the card, it's face up. So this card could be a piece of furniture, a hotel, a work of art, or a curse.
Okay. Well, let's stick with furniture, though, because that's what you first chose.
Yeah, let's stick with furniture because that's pretty simple. Basically, you see how this works?
Yeah.
It's hard for a piece of furniture to be ethereal, I think, but it could be that the furniture has
Power.
Ethereal meaning, like sentimental value.
Right.
Or something. So you see how this works, and it gets you started.
Yeah. It's a portal. The furniture is a portal. I'd open those doors to that cupboard to Narnia.
Yes. You know, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I think so many ways.
Yeah, like the wardrobe to Narnia was a piece of furniture. You know, that had an ethereal meaning, didn't it?
For sure.
Then they have these ones that are like, you have more than one agent. Like one is your protagonist, the other one's your antagonist.
Yes.
There's another one called A Soul Divided, which is when a character faces a choice between 2 things they care about. There's a lot of different directions that this story can go.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, the story engine can take you.
And that's the point of it, isn't it? Is to actually just inspire you to get creating. And I mean, I can think of, I'm thinking of a future time where someone's come from the future to the past to find something they need to destroy from because that portal that was created from that thing has caused strife in the future.
Ooh, interesting. What if you went back in time and didn't destroy Hitler, but you destroyed Hitler's baby cradle?
Right.
Yeah. That's weird.
That's quite weird. But
so
what
yeah.
if,
So
right?
it depends on how much you want to stick to what comes up on the card. Like, do you pick one of the 4, or do you pick the one that comes up turned so it's easy to read? And at first, the prompts really feel like word salad.
Yep.
Yeah. So you really have to think of ways that you can interpret things like bard or hunter or protester or researcher. The system gives you the what, but not the how. Okay. And I think most people have the what in place already.
Yep.
I think the how is where people get stuck. Yeah, like people know I want to write a story about middle-aged lady bank robbers who end up parachuting off the Empire State Building, but they don't know how the characters get from the bank robbery to the Empire State Building.
It's portals, isn't it? We need more portals, more shows with more portals, because it's fun.
All right, I'm down with portals. It's great if you're starting with a blank slate and a deadline, or you have a clear sense of your premise or a general topic that you want to write about, but you need your nouns and your verbs.
You certainly do.
So anyway, these are my beautiful writing games. Some of my beautiful writing games that I keep in my little cupboard here.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Well, I think they're really groovy to get you going, right? To get you starting, to get you thinking about perspective and character and intention and place.
Exactly.
And it gives you It gives you a loose structure, doesn't it, to just play. And I like that. I like that very much.
For me, I'm more likely, right now in my daily life, I'm more likely to use the Writer's Emergency deck since I already have an idea of what I want to do. I just want to get unstuck.
Yeah.
The story engine, on the other hand, that's the kind of thing where, like, if I knew I was going to be snowed in for 2 days...
Yeah.
That would be a great project. Or if I were doing something like, what was the 48-hour audio drama challenge that happened last year, Phonic Fest or something?
Yes.
Or the people who were trying to make an audio drama in 24 hours.
Hubris.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be fun. But, I think that if people tried one or both of these systems, they would have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, for sure. And, I think it's something that you can do on your own or with friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You could to and fro on it. You could have like a little back and forth between either two or more folks as well, rather than just doing it yourself. But that's a good thing, is that you can utilise it on your own as well, which I think is very cool indeed. So, okay, Lindsay, I'm gonna give you a number, Lindsay, from 1 to 26. I'm just going to choose it randomly in just a moment, and I'd like you to read the emergency writer's deck idea from that card, okay, for our listeners to write something from. Okay, so listeners, if you write this and you love what you write, we'd love to see it. So send it to us at writersadwit@gmail.com if it's particularly helpful or relevant to what we're learning here.
Okay. Sarah, pick a number.
Okay, so Lindsay, I'm going to choose number 21 because that's what I am inside.
You are 21, Sarah.
22.
Okay, let me find it.
Double it.
No,
Add a
that's
few.
17.
Then some.
What do we got? 16. See, this is what I get for being random, Sarah. Found it. 21. Got it.
Groovy.
There we go. You're going to love this one.
Come on, what is this one? You ready, listeners?
It is Imposter.
How dare they?
It's a picture of a sheep in a wolf's clothing.
Not a bishop.
Not a
in
bishop.
Wolf's clothing doing
Someone
the
is
Macarena.
not who he seems. Perhaps it's an ally. Or maybe it's the hero. Everyone wears masks, but some characters go much further, pretending to be someone they're not. Some deceptions are spontaneous and unplanned, pretending to like jazz, while others require extensive training. A deep cover spy. Some characters forget who they really are. The life of an imposter is dangerous. Every moment carries the risk of the ruse collapsing. What are the consequences of being discovered? Who gains from the lie being revealed? So try this. Imagine that your hero's life is a deception. Who are they really, and why are they pretending to be this character? Or list 3 jobs. I like this one. List 3 jobs your hero would be terrible at. Then write a scene where they fake their way through one of them. It's easy to pretend to be someone else online. Brainstorm 3 ways that your hero could be catfished or otherwise deceived.
There's so much there, Lindsay.
There is so much there.
There you go,
so
folks.
if you write this and you send it to us at writersadwit@gmail.com. Maybe we will talk about it on the show.
We will. That would be so
If
exciting.
we can, because we have so many other
So
things
really
going
exciting. Uh-oh, Lindsay.
on. What? Are you all right?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm fine. It's just that we've come to the edge of the episode, the very end of it. Like I'm right on the edge of it here. So please don't push me.
I wasn't. It just. I'm on the edge too.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to fall into the closing theme tune here, Lindsay. So happy creating all, and don't forget to write to us to tell us if this episode's been useful.
Yes, or tell us what you want to explore in future episodes, right? Happy writing, people. Oh, Sarah, there's not much podcast left. I think we're going to have to jump into the theme tune. Are you ready?
3, 2, 1.
Avanti!
I want You lucky folks have been listening to the Audio Drama Writers Independent Toolkit, hosted by Sarah Golding and Lindsay Harris Friel. Audio engineering, sound design and music, gorgeous music by Vincent Friel. Huzzahs! If you enjoyed what you heard, please do write us a review on Podchaser or on Apple Podcasts, or any podcatcher, quite frankly. We'd love to hear what you think. Or you can tweet about us if you like. Yes, our Twitter handle is @AdwitPodcast, and please do keep in touch. We'd love to know how you're getting on with all the exercises and more. Or if you just want to say hello, do that too. You can write to us at writersadwit@gmail.com, and for more information about what we're doing and what we're up to and how, visit our website at adwit.org. Thank you very much for listening, people. I hope you have a good day. Take care. Bye.
Adwit is created and recorded on the unceded land of the Lenni Lenape Nation. To learn more about the Lenape, their history, and their culture, please visit their website at lenapenation.org.
$6630 Productions.